guys, it's Kristen, and today we are going to be breaking down 3 brand new fall TV show pilots. We're going to be talking about NBC's Manifest, NBC's New Amsterdam, and CBS's God Friended Me. Before I get into this video, I do want to share some exciting news. We are almost at 5,000 subscribers. That seriously means so much to me. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and commenting and liking my videos and watching them in general. I want to do something really special when we hit 5,000. I'm already planning to do a huge giveaway, but I wanted to try to do some other special stuff. So let me know what you're interested in. I was thinking maybe doing a live stream. I've never done one of those before. And if you have any questions for a potential live stream, feel free to leave a comment down below, and once I compile a bunch, I can do that. Or if you have other ideas of something else we can do to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And I hope we can continue to grow this little community even stronger. Alright, now let's get into the actual pilots we're talking about today. So let's start off with Manifest. That's a show that I've been really excited about. I mean, it's from executive producer Robert Zemeckis, who did one of my favorite movies of all time, Back to the Future, as well as so many other movies that I'm sure everyone knows and loves, like Forrest Gump and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So I was really pumped going into it because I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna love this. So the story is about a plane that lands after a turbulent but otherwise pretty routine flight. And for the passengers on it, it seems like, oh, it's just been a few hours, but for everyone on Earth, it's been 5.5 years. It's a pretty long time. Following the flight, some strange phenomenon is starting to go on with the people who are on it, and there's obviously just something really paranormal going on here, and the show itself is already giving off some lost vibes. Honestly, I think the concept and the story itself is genius, but I felt that, at least based off the first episode, the script and the actors left a little bit to be desired. You know, I feel like this show, it starts out in 2013 and it skips 5.5 years, so we're in 2018, and so much in the world has gone on there. We have a new president, things in pop culture have changed, and I feel like they didn't really address any of that, and it just seemed like a missed opportunity because this could have been any time frame then, you know, like it didn't need to be like right now, like it didn't need to be a jump in time. The story, I feel like, focuses more on this one family and shows how the time jump affects them, but like there's this whole world out there that, you know, obviously this time jump would affect things in pop culture, politically, things like that, that I think they could address and could be some really interesting topics. I don't know if they're gonna maybe start tackling that in future episodes. I only saw the pilot so far, but I feel like that seems like a bit of a missed opportunity if they don't dive into some of those things. Getting into the characters a little bit, the main character we're really following in this episode is Michaela, who's a rookie cop being played by Melissa Roxburgh. And to be honest, I didn't believe her. I didn't believe her character. I felt like she was a bit bland. She had all these vague reasons for being troubled and screwed up, and they didn't really like show us what was going on. They just kind of like briefly mentioned it, and I think it would have been better if they really explored the characters more. Maybe they will in future episodes, but I didn't like the setup for that. Overall, I think the idea is really cool. I am interested in the concept as a whole, but I think I was expecting a little bit more off of a project that has Robert Zemeckis' name on it. Let's get into New Amsterdam. This is a show about America's oldest public hospital. The show is about Dr. Max Goodwin, played by Ryan Eggold, who is basically trying to shake things up at the hospital and make lasting change for both the doctors and the patients. I don't typically watch medical shows very often, but I have to say I was pretty impressed by this pilot. I really enjoyed myself. I think that there's a lot of really great things going on in here. First of all, the music really stands out in the show. It's very lighthearted and hopeful, and I think that's what the show is about. Each episode focuses on the doctors tackling issues within the hospital, but also this overarching of like tackling issues within their own lives as well. There's this kind of plot twist at the end of the first episode with Dr. Goodwin that is going to affect him the rest of the season, and I think that they just did a really great job of like setting that up. You notice little things in the episodes leading up to it. I think the show really portrays the doctors as people who care about their patients, and it's interesting to see the different medical issues that they've tackled just in this first episode. Like most medical shows, I feel like are kind of more serious, but this one I feel like does have like a hopefulness and lightheartedness to it, and I think that Ryan Eggold as Dr. Max Goodwin really brings a lot of that. He's so charismatic and charming, and he really like pulls you into the series. So I'm excited to watch more. And finally, let's get into God Friended Me. This show stars Brandon Michael Hall as Miles. He is an atheist podcast host, and he randomly gets friended by God on Facebook. God ends up suggesting friends to him on Facebook, and those people he ends up meeting in real life and helping them in different ways. He ends up meeting a writer named Kara, played by Violet Bean, who you might know from The Flash, and it turns out the two of them have like a deeper connection than they originally thought. And I think this is going to be kind of like an uplifting show that deals with like faith and science and miracles and what do you believe and fate. And it also feels like it's going to be kind of like balancing the lines of like drama and comedy, so somewhere in between there. Something that really interested me about the show is that it's another Berlanti production. I feel like Greg Berlanti as a producer has his hands in every show out there, you know. He's working on Arrowverse, Riverdale, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, You. I think he works on a lot of different projects, and I'm usually interested in them, so I'm curious to see how this one will be. After watching this first episode, something that I think this show could stand to work on is the pacing a little bit. I think things went really quickly, like they were trying to stuff as much as they could into the first episode, and I do think that at times the show did look a little bit too perfect and glossy, you know, like there's a moment where Kara gets hit by a car, and then you see her sitting in the hospital bed, and she looks perfectly fine, and I think they could have made her look a little bit more banged up. So those are a few of the TV shows that caught my eye this fall. I'd love to know your thoughts on Manifest, New Amsterdam, and God Friended Me, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. And again, if you're interested in a 5,000 subscribers celebratory live stream and you have questions that you want to ask that I can throw in there, leave a comment down below and let me know what those are too. Thank you guys so much for watching all my videos. I really appreciate it. Give this one a thumbs up if you liked it, and click that subscribe button if you like my videos, because I come out with new ones every week. See ya.